Baxter, I can already hear people that are listening, they're rolling their eyes with any sort of a concept about pro athletes needing sympathy because of a lack of sleep. So let's start with the elephant in the room. What are the real effects to players that don't get enough sleep?
Think beyond performance and guys playing poorly, missing shots at various points throughout the season, making poor decisions. Think more about testosterone levels plummeting to that of, say, a 50-year-old man for someone who's in their 20s just a few months into the season. Think about cognitive levels being lowered to that of a 60 or 70-year-old person during the course of the season, again, for a 20-year-old. And also think more about sleep in this way. This is what a specialist said to me. If we look at concussions as the brain being punched with like trauma, they described chronic sleep loss as basically punching every single organ in your body, including your brain. And this is why chronic sleep loss has been associated with so many major diseases. We're talking about cancer, Alzheimer's, dementia, diabetes, depression, hypertension, stroke, suicide. There's such a wide-ranging effect of all these things, and I think we're only, I don't think we even truly understand what the long-term ramifications may be for many of these players that are dealing with this.
In fairness, though, NHL players, Major League Baseball players, they also deal with marathon seasons. Why is this an NBA particular problem?
Oh, I don't think it's only unique to the NBA. Obviously, the story is about the NBA. The NHL is on a very similar schedule that's requiring the same types of travel, which some people have equated to shift work. So we're talking about, flying out late night after games, basically a game every other day for 6 months with up to 50,000 miles in travel, as it says right there. So that's where this all comes into play. It's just this pace of falling behind, never being able to catch up. And as one player said, it's impossible to get quality sleep during the course of the season, not to mention the fact that all the energy they're expelling to perform.
Okay, so what then should players be doing to better manage this?
There's only so much that they can do. And I think it says in the piece, it's kind of the equivalent of putting a Band-Aid on a broken bone. Some guys are taking sleeping pills, they're trying to be more diligent about what time they get to bed, making sure the hotel room is blacked out, things of that nature. But again, a lot of it is just the amount of time that you actually have to get quality sleep. And if that time doesn't exist, there's not much you can do.
So does the league then need to look at a reduction of games for the safety of the players?
This has kind of been a thorny topic for a number of years. There have been people, and certainly inside the league, who have talked about it. Obviously, there's the business ramifications of reducing the schedule. I've talked to some people at the NBPA who said at the next CBA bargaining that they expect that this issue will rise to the top of the stack. Again, I think we're only starting to potentially understand what the health, wellness, and potential long-term ramifications for health that sleep deprivation has in the NBA could be for these players. So often we've just looked at performance.
As we get more information on it, how should it affect coaches deciding to rest players during the season?
It's a great question, and I think that they should first understand that some of these notions about toughing it out and be a man and play through it and whatnot, when guys are clearly showing that they are not themselves, that they are operating at a level far lower, that there needs to be kind of an acceptance and understanding of that. And that if there's certain decisions made about times of practicing or shoot-arounds, or if a certain guy is performing at such a lower level and maybe the various levels he's tested for are at such a low level, then maybe he's not good to go that night.
Baxter, thank you so much for the time. Guys, go out to ESPN.com and check out the article. It's a really interesting read.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.